Welcome to another edition of For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corey and K-Pad Paget, and today I have with me a very special guest, one of my co-workers from the Gym Hill, Coach Desmond Dixon. And as usual, we always have with us Austin Lindsay. Austin, how you doing?
Doing good, Coach. How about yourself?
All right, all right. Coach Dixon, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Just blessed to be here, man. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Doing great, doing great.
Austin,
All right.
I'm gonna let you take point, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and start us off.
All right. So, if many of you may not know, me and Coach Dixon were actually, well, let me rephrase it. He was my coach at Jim Hill High School, where I played football for a span of 2 years. So, a lot of you may not know that, but that's just a little hint I like to drop in. But I would like to start off by saying, Coach Dixon, how did you end up at Jim Hill, and what made you become an educator?
Man, that's a good question, to be honest with you. I stumbled into education. When I say I stumbled, I mean education was not teaching, I'm gonna say, rephrase that, was not one of my biggest goals. But I fell in love with it. You know, once you start doing something for a long period of time, you start to fall in love with it. How I got into it, I started subbing, and I was subbing for a span of 2 years, man. In each time I came and I went, I was able to see how the kids embraced me. You know, I'm not saying I was the most popular kid in school or I'm the most popular person or most extroverted person at all, but sometimes when you get embraced just for being yourself as well as helping, it kind of pulls you towards what can I say, some type of purpose. You feel what I'm saying? So when that started happening, man, I just went into it and tried to figure out how can I get certified because they want certified teachers. Not saying that you have to be certified to be able to teach someone something. You have to be certified to be a teacher, though. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I can remember times where you were chill, Coach Dixon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would be like we would be in the classroom one day, and then like we would go on to the field, and then you would come out all hype. I'm like, man, why is he so hype, man? Like, what he been drinking, an energy drink or something? But man, I can remember that most about you, Coach Dixon, was just how you brought energy and how you were able to flip in the classroom and someone that was someone that could talk to us more directly and be someone that can give life decisions and life quotes and things in that manner, because you were almost, I wouldn't say our age, but you were like one of the youngest teachers in the class. I mean, in the whole school. So it was like we could relate to you more than we could relate to the older, ladies or the older dominant figure men. We could relate to you, come ask you questions. That was I think the most fun thing I liked about you was just we could relate to you, when you could also bring that energy. When it came to game time and field time, you was like one of the most hyped coaches. So that's one of the
I,
things I just want to get out there.
man, I appreciate you telling me that because like I said, man, everything that happened, it was just like I'm not the most religious person, but it was just like it seemed to be God's plan because I stumbled across coaching. I played football for 4 years in high school, and I played for Jackson State for a bit, but I had got hurt. And after I had got hurt, I had to make a real, what I call it, a business decision on my body. Football is a real physical sport. It's probably the most physical sport out there outside of hockey,
Boxing,
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 and what's the
MMA,
other one?
yeah,
Uh,
UFC,
it's a
yeah.
fit like it's something that your body has to take. It's not like a regular job where you're just at the computer or teaching where you're just walking around most of the time. You're sacrificing something. And if you don't have the mentality to say, I want to put my body on the line every day, every game, every practice, football is gonna be a hard sport for you, regardless on your talent. You get me? So
Yeah.
that hypeness came because although I played them 4 years, I enjoyed it. I loved it. The most thing that I loved about it was the friends that I made. And when you make a bond with your teammates and with with they become your family, man. And I don't know how, you know, everybody family dynamic is different, but for me, I do whatever for my family. Whatever I am able to do, you know. But and that's how I approached the game with passion. I was really passionate about football. It was an outlet. Like I'm from Jackson, so sports and all my electives were my outlet to be me. The education part, it came easy, but it wasn't as challenging to where it was overwhelming on me. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I needed an extra thing to push me to my fullest potential, and that came with sports. Because I ran track, football, basketball in high school, and I went to state and track. We went to the playoffs in high school. I went to the playoffs in high school, and you know,
Could you
I was
name
a
the high
walk
school
on.
that you attended in Jackson for me?
Huh?
Can
What'd
you
you say?
name the high school that you attended in Jackson?
Oh, the greatest high school in JPS. Although I work at the greatest high school in JPS is also Provine High School.
Oh nah, man. Hey, we gotta throw some boos up, some thumbs downs on. We gotta throw some thumbs down. Ooh.
Yes, man. Yes, I went to Provine High School. I'm a full-blown
You were a bit
graduate.
of a traitor. You know that, coach. You know you coming from Provine to Jim Hill. That's, you know, you switching sides, as they say in the streets.
Well, I want to say this: if I'm switching sides, Jim Hill need to do better with security than that's what they
I
really
can't
need to.
complain.
But
Okay.
man, but it really don't matter where you from or what school you went to after you graduate, because you just a product of JPS at the end of the day. And you a product of JPS. You know how rough it can be.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even talking about the home life. Just going to school, period. Sometimes with the different personalities, the different traits, trying to just blend in and as well as coexist with different people. You know, everybody ain't like you. You know,
Correct.
some people watch anime. I was one of anime watchers.
Yeah.
I love anime. As well as sports. That's what bonded me with people. Sports. Education, I was able to get with the smart kids. You know, not saying that there's just a generalized smart people. I was able to get with the book smart people, basically.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, our culture, you know, hip hop, music, all that helped me get in with other people. So it was just being at school was just a struggle, as well as what made me who I am today. And and I'm thankful for where I went to, because I was able to become who I am. I was able to become basically how you say I'm laid back in the classroom, because a lot of the stuff that y'all do in the classroom, we did in our classroom.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, relatable. Like the things
Yeah.
because you coming from, you know, Provine, that's basically the west side of Jackson. You know, we kids coming from that same area, and you were a step older than us, but you were able to relate to us and things of that matter. So I want to get into another quick question real fast, and that would be, you know, basically going off what you have said earlier. What would you say has been your greatest impact? You know, just one word or a couple sentences on that. What would you say has been your greatest impact in the community of West Jackson as an educator / coach?
My greatest impact has not been done yet, because I'm still alive and I'm still trying to impact. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
I can agree with that.
I like to say is I tried to show love and passion. If my kids can see that I love them, I show them what love look like from a male perspective. If I show them passion on the field and excitement, I show them this is how you can act when you do what you're supposed to do. You can be who you want to be. Can't nobody tell you. All right, so like you said, I was chilling in the classroom because I went and got my education. I did my book stuff. I was able to sit in the classroom, sit down, and understand what the teacher was talking about. And after I got out the classroom, I was able to be myself. Heck, after I got finished with my work, I was able to be myself. When you get done doing what you're supposed to do and extending who you are, you're able to be who you want to be. And that's really what I want to, that's the impact I want to give. Because a lot of, man, in America, bro, as a Black person, you really can't see how yourself out there. Like I said, it's many different personalities, different traits, many different people, and we all aren't the same. So if I can just show somebody, oh, he a nerd too,
Yeah,
he a athlete too, he a hip hop addict too, he a shoe person too, he's that person too, he's just like me. Hopefully you'll grow up and want to be just like yourself.
speaking on
Not
that,
like me, like yourself. Yeah.
Speaking on, you know, what you said about hip hop and things like that, who is your, you know, your top dog, your go-to GOAT in your, you know, library, or, you know, who is your GOAT in hip hop in your opinion?
I'm gonna see how good you are in hip hop. I'm gonna use their government name. All right.
Wait, repeat that one more time.
I'm gonna use their government name. So
Okay.
if you're really a hip hop, if you're really a hip hop fan, you'll know who I'm talking about. My first one is a guy that ran all of 2000. So I would, if he had a hit mixtape, I know you don't know about mixtapes like talking about, but he had a hit mixtape and it was hot. I had it. His name is Dwayne Carter.
Oh, okay. All right. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. You don't play me like that now.
Okay.
Don't play me like that. I'm part of this culture too. You know, I'm part of this culture too. So yeah, I can agree with that. I got a lot of my friends, they love Lil Wayne and things like that. In my opinion, you know, we can debate that Lil Wayne discussion as the GOAT, you know, in my opinion. But I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna keep it PG-13. I'm gonna leave it at that. So we got a question up here, and that is going back to educating. What has been your toughest task in the 6 years?
Hold on. I'm also a daddy too.
Okay.
Hold on.
What's up, everybody? It's Austin here. Continue to watch the video. But first, let me tell you about For the Health of It merchandise. This is it right here. The link is in the bio. Make sure to check us out and show our brand some love. Show For the Health of It some love. Subscribe to us now. Do it. Like the video and continue to come back and watch. And cop some of this merchandise. We're here for the culture and for the health of it. So get it. For the health of it.
Join the interview too.
All right. So what's the question, man?
So, as being a father, you know, we're gonna include the father situation in this question. Being that, you know, you've been a father.
Can you hear me clear?
Yeah. You've been a father for how many years now?
He is 3. I'm about to be a father to a baby girl in January. So 3 years going on 4.
Congratulations. So, with being a father/teacher in an overall amount of 6 years, what has been your toughest task with balancing that in your home and in the schoolhouse? What's been the toughest task you would say?
Oh man, that's a great question, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Austin, because I feel like you said, we have some history together, so I can be honest with you. You know what mental illness is?
Correct.
I have bipolar depression. So I just found it out with him when he was born. So I've actually, you know about the bipolar depression is? It's basically a fluctuation. Come on, baby. No. Yes.
Hey, that's the joys of parenthood right there, y'all.
Yeah, that is.
One second.
You good.
All right.
You good.
All right.
I'm back. Let's go.
Well,
excuse me, just a commercial break, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, going back to my question, Coach Dixon, I was asking you, what has been your toughest task in the past 6 years as a dad / educator. So,
Oh
what
yeah, battling my mental illness.
correct.
But it is a real thing. A lot of people, like I said, I battled with depression for a minute, even through college. It kind of came upon me after the passing of my father back in high school. So pretty much dealing with his passing, dealing with becoming a man, and then dealing with becoming a father while trying to become a man still. Because I'm still
So,
every day is about growth and developing. So each time I wake up, that's another day to be a different person, basically. So I'm trying to build on myself piece
correct.
by piece.
Correct. What you saying that about bipolar depression? I mean bipolar disorder and things of that order. I actually have like a few of my family members. So mental illness is a serious thing, and especially in the Black community. Especially in poverty areas and things like that. So that's a true issue that we definitely have to continue to work on every day, like you said. So in asking this, as you've been a father. You just said that your father passed in high school. So what are some of the things I'm trying to tap into your early life as a childhood,
Uh,
growing up as a young man, basically. What was
okay.
some of the things that you key in on from your father and be like, he's implemented this in my life and I want to give this on to my son? Or what are some of the teachings that he taught you, if there are some, you know?
My father taught me three things, man, in my life: discipline, uh, focus, and love. Discipline, so that you can do things that you want to achieve to be successful. Um, you gotta be able to tell yourself, not have people telling you. Be able to tell yourself to do this, to eat right, to go this place, to read that book. You gotta have that type of discipline on yourself. Focus. It's a lot of distractions out here. It's a lot of habits that I have that are distracting. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when you want to go, be able to tune out those type of things. Um, and I'm not trying to say family could be distracting, but sometimes, let's just say I'm trying to build, y'all trying to build a podcast, and you want this podcast to be the biggest thing ever. You got to be able to focus directly on your what you trying to build. You trying to get off the ground, and he instilled that in me. And love, just be able to love people. A lot of times people confuse love with sex. It's not just about sex. You should be able to say openly, man, I love my brother. Because, since people confuse love with sex, they always think, oh, if you tell your brother you love him, you're trying to, whoop with him. But in reality, man, I just want to see you alive. I want to see you prosper. I want to see you happy. I want to see you make a family, have a family, be with your family, stuff like that. And he instilled that for me, not just for my people, for everybody, man. So those are the type of things. He didn't do it by saying. A lot of things can't just be said. He did it by showing. And I think there's a lot of things that's missing in the Black community. A lot of people don't have their father, or my bad.
You good?
Yeah.
Are just a male figure anyway. Because I've heard sometimes people talk about different generations. The older generation is, the younger generation that, and they're just being combative against each other when we all in the same place and have to love each other, basically. So yeah, he showed me by just acting on how to love each and everybody.
Okay, cool. I like that because like I like what you touched on too of me myself, my father, he's in my life, but like he wasn't a direct man in my household in a sense. So he's taught me a lot of great things too, but he's just not in my household where I can just go directly to him. I have to call him and things like that. So it's a lot of us young dudes in our you know in the community of West Jackson that don't have just a direct outlet to their father where, hey, he's in the household or things of that sort. So when you say things like that, you know, I kind of look at like Coach P as a father figure in my life. You know, when you tell me things like that, I look at you as a father figure in my life. You know, I look at all the people that helped me along the road, and I look at everybody as a father figure. Though my dad is my dad still, I look at other people like you and Coach P who are father figures in my life that have helped me to stay on the right path and things of that nature. So yeah, I just want to just say that I'm tie in Coach P right now. Corey, and you can come in and talk to Coach Dixon. I'll let you have it.
Good.
Hey, good.
Adult time. Let's go.
For real, man. Young Stephen A. in the making, for real.
Okay.
What is, Coach Dixon, what would you say is your greatest accomplishment so far in your 6 years of teaching?
My six in teaching.
Well,
Man,
in 6 years.
No. It's sort of, I get it. And let me tell you this, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna pretend like Austin out here. Man, my first my first 5 years were hard. Like I told you, I started as a sub. And I don't know how y'all know how subs get treated. It's just it's different.
Right.
It's
right.
different than teaching.
Right.
So, but now, but my biggest problem I was not organized. My daddy taught me discipline, love, and focus.
Right.
The organization, I had to get somewhere else. I got outlet, but now I'm more organized, and I hate to say it, but it's because of Corona. I've become more organized with my time. I actually have my own. You know how sometimes as a teacher you have to get a lesson plan and you be scrambling across the internet. This time I literally created my own lesson plan out of my mind, and that's the best part about it. So now when I teach, I'm basically teaching you my thoughts, and if you can't get my thoughts, you ain't paying attention to me at all. So that's really how I'm delivering it now.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's my greatest accomplishment is growth.
Okay. Hey, and it's all about that growth mindset, right? It's definitely all about that growth mindset. So my next question is, you know, when we well, before I move on to my next question, I gotta say you're not the only one that started off as a sub, man. I started off as a sub, and I subbed for 4 years at Biloxi High. 4 years, dude. I started in August 2012, and literally, like you said, man, I kind of just stumbled into it. The reason I moved back down to Biloxi, I hadn't even finished my degree yet. All my buddies at college had moved off, and they graduated that May. I wasn't graduating until December, so I said, man, I'm not staying on campus by myself or being in Hattiesburg by myself. So I went back home for like that whole summer, me and a buddy. Every day we just went out job searching. He got hired on at a place in his field. I got hired on with Kelly Services and started subbing. And I reached out to the old principal at Biloxi High. I guess she remembered me. I don't know. All my old teachers were there and whatnot. And man, I did that thing for 4 years strong. That's how I got into coaching and everything. So
yeah, but you enjoyed the 4 years though.
No, definitely.
You enjoyed.
Now,
ain't nobody said in those 4 years and you don't like it.
That's true. That's true, man. It was fun too, man. Like you said, they definitely treat subs different, man. They definitely, even though the discipline and whatnot may be different from different districts and whatnot, they definitely treat subs different. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So, what is, as you know, when Mr. Brown came back to Jim Hill, I don't think you were there his first go around, were you?
That's when I started subbing, actually.
Okay.
When he had left when I first started subbing, he was the principal there. And I think he left the next year.
Okay. So, what is your why?
My why? Ooh, I'm glad you asked me in 2020, because you asked me when I first started subbing, it was gonna be because of some money. But now, man, I've grown. Like I said, when I was in college, man, I used to read a lot of books. My favorite book was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Okay. And I just loved how he led people. You know, he now if you really know Malcolm X, he was a little radical, but I just love the way he incited people with his words. The same way with Martin Luther King. So I want to really be a mixture of them both. and I want to incite people to learn. I don't think, and this could be a discussion for another person. I don't think we as a country or human being really know why we need to go to school, other than get a degree, get a job, get some money. The real reason we need to educate ourselves is so we can combat against mental illness, because a lot of our problem is miseducation, and we got to figure out a way to retie ourselves, realign ourselves with the true reason education exists. Okay. So my biggest why is to fix the mental slavery that I think a lot of us have.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Austin, I see you got another question, man. You can come on and ask it.
Oh yeah, Coach Dixon. I was gonna ask you. You know, kind of forgot it in the moment, but you were talking about bipolar disorder, and just if somebody's watching this or some in that order, I just want to give them like, what do you do, or how do you, beat this disorder day in and day out? Or you are in the episode. How do you defeat that, or you know what I'm saying? To overcome
when
that.
I try to since this is a big topic, I'm gonna try to break it down. When I first found out, I had to go to a place to calm myself, basically, so I could learn about what's going on with me. Basically, I had to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor and find out what's wrong with yourself, because if you're not feeling right, when something's wrong with your brain, only you can really know what's up. I mean, people can tell you a lot. My mother, my girlfriend, well, who's about to be my wife.
Congratulations.
Thank you. They told me my mannerism and how I was acting was different. So I had one that got checked. And now that I got the right medication, and the right type of thing, I meditate. Meditation is key because it helps you hear yourself. I know a lot of people, when they meditate, they can't be still or their mind runs, but that's a part of meditation. When you let your mind run, you be able to figure out where your body is really running to. Because sometimes we just be moving and we don't even know where we're going. But when you meditate, you're able to go within yourself and guide yourself through the day better. So I basically try to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I try to get up at 4:30 in the morning every morning, and I do my little thing that helps me meditate. Okay. And like, as far as what to do when I have an episode, I try to stay on my medication. But most of the part, I have people around me that can say, "You losing it, Dad. You need to reel it back. You need to do this." I got good people around me. Your support system. You got to have a good support system. Cause the wrong thing just happened, and you wouldn't even know it. Cause once you have an episode, you got an episode. It got to run its course. It's not your fault. It's just about to happen. Basically, I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, like you said, with a support system, I kind of feel for the people that don't have that support system as you may have, because it's evident that some people don't have it as you. So you are you're a fortunate dude for your support system in that. So one day we have to go in and change, the people that may not have that support system to uplift those guys or uplift those people,
In my opinion, I think if everybody could see themselves within everybody, it wouldn't be so everybody would have a support system. Because the community technically is supposed to be the support system. You ever seen a guy in the middle of the street just arguing with himself?
Yeah, right. I mean, I've seen that thousands of times. So I can't.
Are you in fear of your life or his life?
To be honest, I'm not. I'm in fear of his life. In my opinion, because I mean, like, he just talking to himself. Like He can't really
arguing
harm
with
me.
himself.
Yeah.
Himself said something he wasn't supposed to say. He's arguing now. That's basically what happened. And if we as a community just throw it off as, oh, he crazy, and try to figure out what really wrong with that guy, we might can fix a lot. But it's a more of a fear aspect, man. We can't be there for each other because we're scared. And especially now that we can't do any time, we really don't want to be around each other because we got a whole
pandemic
virus going on. So, I mean, for those people that out there, man, I want to say call for help, but as recent history has shown, even when you call for help, it might put them in more danger. So, just watch them. If they got a weapon, call for help. But if they just out there wilding and just talking to themselves loud, let them vent. I don't know what, because they only arguing with themselves. So it's not really like they gonna harm you. It's just don't let them harm themselves.
Yeah, it's just a battle from within. With
Yeah, everything is within. Because Michael Jackson said himself better himself. Start with the man in the mirror, and that's what everybody has to do. A lot of people don't think they're suffering from anything because they quote unquote got a strong mental, but everybody has something going on with themselves. Either it's high blood pressure, diabetes, your body is at a disease. That's why they call it a disease. We all suffering from something, and if we all can see that, we all will have a support system. That's why I became a teacher, because I care,
Say that last line you just said.
Yeah, that was
we all are a disease because we all got a disease.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's how I said it.
It's a little, that's some good knowledge.
I told you my favorite rapper was Dwayne Carter. Man, go listen to that man. He nice. He nice.
The spin on the word.
Yeah, he nice, man.
Definitely is, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, but before we start wrapping it up, we're running a little short on time, Coach. We appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate y'all having me.
You definitely gonna make you a regular coming on for the next few coming seasons, however long this lasts us. But before we get you out of here, Coach, if you got any social media or anything like that you want people to reach out to you, or how can they get in contact with you?
And you can hit me on Facebook. My name is Desmond Dixon. I ain't putting no fancy. I would say follow me on Instagram, but I ain't really. I'm just a lurker on Instagram. I don't really be doing that. I ain't got no business. So when I come back, if you let me back on the show, I'm gonna have a whole business page and everything, and then I'm gonna shout it out. But for the only thing I want to shout out is the Most High, my daddy, even though he ain't here with us, I know he hear me, and my mama. Cause I don't think you understand, Coach. If it wasn't for her saying, "Baby, you need to go get a job," you wouldn't even be talking to me right now. So I'm gonna put it up there for my mama and my dad and the Most High, man. But yeah, just love, man, love, peace. That's all I'm about.
All right, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, Austin.
I definitely appreciate you too, Coach P, and you, Coach Dixon, for the knowledge and just the energy you bring and the knowledge you dropping. So
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hey,
yep.
Make sure you old enough to vote now. Make sure you vote, bro.
I already did, Coach.
Congratulations. Yeah, man. Shoot, I'm going to day off.
Me too. I got to take a day off work. But yes, I got to get a day. I'm putting a day off.
No comment. All right, but this has been For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K-Padgett. Also, before I get out of here, last thing, if you're not following or if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or however you are listening. Also, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And lastly, shout out Austin for Rep Your Side. That's REPYOSIDE. Rep Your Side.
The newest sports podcast to come along. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. So appreciate that, Coach P, for that too.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you growing up. Good. Hey, thank you, Coach Padgett. Keep the growing, man. Appreciate it.